Okay, so Piggy Book 2, it was pretty good. And we've done one of these things before. So today we're going to be checking out all of these chapters and we're going to try and put these in a tier list. Of course, as always, there will be a link in the description down below if you guys would like to do this one as well. I ain't going to waste too much time. Let's just jump into it. But I think we should start with the baby, the house. I think the house is pretty good. I would just put it in good. Next up, the station. Now, the station has always been a favorite of mine. I do actually really like the station. I think it's a very good map. So I'm going to put it in addictively amazing. Would you check that out? Okay, chapter 3 of book 1, the gallery. Let's put the gallery in can be better. It is not very great. In my opinion, it's just a little bit small. It's a little bit short angles. You know what I'm saying? Chapter 4 of book 1, and I pressed something weird, but we're going to the forest now. The forest is neutral. It's not bad. It's not as bad as the gallery, I don't think, but it's a pretty good map. It's just pretty standard. By the way, I'm trying to just stream through these book 1 ones just so that I can get to the book 2 so that I can actually tell you guys my proper opinions. Chapter 5, the school. Now, the school, I think, was actually a very good chapter. I'm going to put it up in very good. Look at that. 1111. That is actually really cool. Chapter 6, the hospital. Here it is. Now, the hospital, again, I think it was actually a pretty good map. I feel like a lot of people don't really like it. I think it's frowned upon a little bit more than it probably should be, but I am going to put it in good. Chapter 7, the metro. Possibly one of the plainest chapters there are out there. I think that I'm going to put this in can be better, and I think Mini2 knows that the metro could be a lot better now that he's actually, like, you know, progressed through his building skills. Chapter 8, the carnival. Everybody's favorite, the one that gets massively frowned upon. It is not that bad. The issue is it's a lot of like public server games. Like every time you jump into a public server, it's chapter 8, the carnival. So it gets frowned upon because of that. But I don't think it's bad. I think it's definitely one of these two. I would probably put this one in very good because there's more stuff going on with the items. It's a little bit different to the rest of them. Chapter 9, the city. Now, actually, this is the one that I did begin playing Piggy. I know, I was a little bit late. Now, this city, I think, is great. I remember playing it and being like, man, I actually know how to escape this map off the top of my head. It is great. I know where all the spawns were and everything. Now, this map, I really enjoyed. So I'm going to put that also in very good. Chapter 10, the mall. Now, I wasn't a massive fan of the mall to begin with. It's kind of grown on me a little bit, but I'm going to put this one, I think, in just good. Chapter 11, the outpost. Now, the outpost, I think, is a pretty good map. It's obviously a lot different because of the tank and stuff like that. I'm also going to put this one in good. Moving on to the finale of book 1, the plant. Now, the plant I actually think was very good. So I am going to put the plant in very good. I know that it was a lot of running back and forth. So yeah, I've also just noticed that I missed distorted memory. So let's put distorted memory in good. Now moving on to book 2, where my opinions start to come out maybe just a little bit more. Chapter 1, the alleys. I think that the alleys was very good. It's definitely out of these two. I really don't know which one to go for. Oh, I don't know about that. I think I'm gonna put it in very good. My bad. Chapter 2, the store. Now the store, maybe this is the first one to go into ooh, you know what I'm saying? I think that this map was just a little bit one-dimensional, a bit flat, very small, and to me, just didn't really do a lot for me. I was also away on holiday at the time of actually this being released, so I was a bit like, oh, that's really frustrating that this one came out. Although there was a lot of stuff that went on in the cutscenes, which was very cool. I believe that this was the one that the TSP was revealed as the Silver Paw, so it had some good storyline in it, but the map for itself, it just really didn't sing for me. Chapter 3, the refinery. The refinery where I live streamed, and it was possibly the worst live stream of my life. Literally, I just kept dying. I could not hide my anger. So for that refinery, you're not going that far up, okay? I think I'm gonna have to put you in neutral. You're not in can be better, but I think you're definitely in neutral. Where are we? Chapter 4. Where are you at, buddy? There you go, the safe place. The one that I really just did not like. I hated going up and down, and Minitoon is correct. I spoke to Minitoon quite a while ago, and he said that the way to actually make the safe place better is by adding another staircase on the other side of the map, and I completely agree with him. But for that reason, I think that that is what makes this map do you know what I'm saying? It can be better, obviously, but for me, I just really disliked the safe place. I don't know why. I'm sorry, Minitoon. Chapter 5, The Sewers. What a map. Come on, it's going straight into addictively amazing. The Sewers was incredible. Created by IKEA's, she did a very good job. Just even the fine details of like the pipes going down and the Eye of Insolence literally on the wall with the whispers coming out of it and the classroom and the seats and all of the secrets. I feel like that's what makes these chapters amazing. So that was a very, very good chapter for me, okay? Chapter 6, The Factory. Do you know what? I'll be honest, I'm very neutral about the factory. I'm not really that worried about the factory too much. I don't really like playing it. I only really go to it to... I don't even know what I go to it, really. Yeah, I don't really play it, to be honest. Chapter 7, The Port, one of the prettiest maps. Now, I think that this was a very, very good map. Okay, yes, granted. This was going into a stage of Piggy where it was getting pretty boring. We had chapter 7, 8, and 9 all being pretty boring. I think we can all agree on that it was just filler and that we were just trying to get across the North Sea. So, with that being said, chapter 7, I think I'm going to put you in good. I don't think that you can go any higher than that because it was in a stage where it's a bit like, do you know what I'm saying? That's why I think that you can go in good. You are still a very pretty map, okay? So moving on to the Medora. Chapter 8, the Medora, the ship, shall we say. I think that you can go in neutral. I'm not a massive fan of it. I know that it is Minitoon's favorite map or chapter out of book 2 and possibly book 1. I don't really know about that. But he was really, really looking forward to making the ship. It is very, very good. I just neutral about it. I don't know why. It's very good, but I don't know. I'm just a little bit on the edge with that one. Chapter 9, The Docks. The one where we were starting to race Tigry, okay? The Docks. Now this one, again, I think it was actually a pretty decent chapter. I mean, of course, it was where the storyline was a little bit boring. The only thing that I'm really confused about is this whole Queen Viola and King Milo. That never really got brought into Piggy, so that was a bit random. I really don't know about this one. I think I'm actually neutral about that one as well. I think it could be... No, I don't even think it can be better. I think it's just the map itself. I think, yeah, it is what it is. Chapter 10, The Temple. The Temple was a great chapter. It was very good. I don't know if I'm going to put it in very good or addictively amazing. Of course, this one was created by IKEA's. Visually, this map is incredible. The snow, the rocks, absolutely everything. IKEA's did a great job. But for me, it was a little bit narrow, a little bit one-dimensional. It wasn't as good as the Sewers, so for that reason, I'm going to put it in very good, okay? Moving on to chapter 11, The Camp. The Camp was a pretty decent chapter. I like the idea of the little zip wire sling wing thing going on. The puzzles as well was a little bit confusing, but I think that in the end, you do actually get a good idea how to do it. Chapter 11, The Camp. The storyline was really good as well. Do you know what? I'm going to put it in good. I think that the camp can go in good. No, I'm putting it very good. I'm sorry, I'm putting it very good. I changed my mind. All right, next up, we got the heist chapter where I literally predicted this one so insane. I even made a video about where we're going to be going through in the alleys with that door and everything. I literally got it nailed on. So for that, I'm quite proud of myself. Do you know what I mean? But the heist was a great chapter. I like the idea that Billy was also introduced properly into the storyline. But yeah, the heist, do you know what? I think I'm actually going to put you in good. I think we're going to level these two out. I think these two are going to have a little bit of a race going on here. Do you know what I'm saying? Next up, we got the distraction chapter. The distraction chapter, which was, of course, in the refinery. Now, this one for me fell a little bit more short than it did for the heist. So for that reason, I'm going to put it in neutral. And of course, this chapter also contains the refinery. So for that reason, that is why you are joining your friend, the refinery, in neutral. Get in there. And the finale of book 2, chapter 12, the lab. Where do I think that the lab is going to go? I think that the lab can go into addictively amazing. Maybe a lot of people don't agree with me, but I think that this was just perfect. I think we had the right amount of like running space. We had those like square kind of things. The only little bit that I'm confused about is downstairs there is a bit of a dead end, and I don't know why there's a dead end. I know that there's like a note down there, and you can go down there and you can potentially get like the wrench sometimes. But apart from that, I think that this lab chapter was amazing. And I just like the fact that we saw this way back in the flashback trailer, and now we're kind of seeing it for itself. So for that reason, lab, you're staying in addictively amazing. But anyway, now time to scooch these around. So, ooh, this is going to be pretty difficult. I think safe place, you're just going to have to stay rock bottom, I'm afraid. I don't know why I don't like you so much, but safe place, it is what it is. I think next up, we're probably going to keep the metro there and the gallery there. I think we're going to keep that how it is. Now I think for the neutral, we are going to get the refinery right at the bottom. Possibly then, actually, do you know what? I think distraction could probably stay up a little bit more. That can shuffle up a little bit more. I think factory can go towards the end. And then we're going to put the forest. Then we're going to put the distraction. Then we're going to put the docks there. And then we're going to put the ship there. Perfect. Next up, we're going to go for the good section. So this is going to be interesting. Now, I think the distorted memory can go all the way to the top, because I think that one, you know, maybe I was a little bit harsh on that one. The mall, that can also go towards the top as well. Outpost, I think, can go next. Chapter 7, I think you were a pretty map. Outpost, yes. Hospital, heist. I think the heist can go there, and the hospital just before that one. That's good. Now moving on to the very good section. Okay, so let's try and shuffle these guys around. Okay, I think carnival can go at the end. I think that's fair to say. Next up, I think that alleys can go right to the top, because I think that one could have also been an addictively amazing, but it just didn't work for me. So we're going to put this one. I think we're going to keep the school where it is. I think I might keep the mall where it is. I think the temple can move up by 1. The camp can move up by 1. And I think I'm good where that one is. Next up, addictively amazing. I think that at the end, we are going to put the station. Okay, so the top 2 are in book 2. I think for here, do you know what? I'm going to keep it how it is. I think the sewers is still the best map out of book 2. And I'm going to put lab in a very close second. So that is my finale as to how I see all of the chapters in Piggy. So like I said, if you guys would like to give this a go for yourselves, then make sure to head down into the description down below. And if you guys do, make sure to tweet at me with all of your predictions with this kind of stuff. But anyway, that's going to be it for me today. If you guys could be using star code AntixX when you are buying Roblox or Premium, that would be amazing. So guys, with that being said, thank you all for joining. We'll see you guys in the next one.